Filled. NFL Network insider Ian Rappaport reports the Vikings are set to introduce Rams offensive coordinator Kevin O'Connell as their next head coach on Thursday in Minnesota. NFL Network reported earlier this month that Minnesota had planned to hire O'Connell, but per NFL rules, a deal could not be finalized until after the Super Bowl. O'Connell may be bringing some friends with him to Minnesota. Rams assistant head coach Thomas Brown is expected to interview for the Vikings offensive coordinator position. Brown interviewed for the Dolphins head coaching job last month. O'Connell's soon-to-be old boss in L.A., Sean McVay, is not doing too much to dispel the rumors that he could retire after winning the Super Bowl. When asked by the L.A. Times if he'd be back as Rams head coach next season, McVay replied, quote, "We'll see." This has been NFL Network Now on the Westwood One Radio Network.
Realtors abide by a code of ethics. This is Article 9 in action. Beth, a first-time homebuyer, knew nothing about the home buying process, except that she wanted to buy a home. But her realtor had the expertise to make sure Beth understood every document, even giving her copies to review with her lawyer so Beth could close on her first home with confidence. Complicated things explained in simple terms. The difference between an agent and a realtor is real. Realtors are members of the National Association of Realtors. That's who we are.
Taco Bell presents a get-out-of-bedtime story. It's time to wake up from this amazing dream, even though you're jet skiing on Lemonade. How extreme! And oh, look at that, you just won the lottery. Is that a castle? Take the keys, it's your property. What's better than swimming in space? Just wait for the big reveal. It's Taco Bell breakfast and it's actually real. So it's time to wake up and bid your dreams farewell. Because toasted breakfast burritos are waiting for you, only at Taco Bell. Participating Taco Bell locations near you during breakfast hours only.
As the college hoop season continues, don't miss your chance to catch Louisville men's basketball live at the KFC Yum Center.
I'm so grateful to our fan base.
They're the best fans in the country.
Miami comes to town on Wednesday, February 16th, before the Cards close out the home slate with a pair of Saturday games. First, a Kids Day matchup with Clemson on February 19th, followed by Senior Day against Virginia on March 5th. Purchase tickets online at gocards.com/tickets. L's up and go Cards.
If you hear basketball's bouncing, that must mean the weather has turned cold, which also means you're getting ready to find out if your heating system is ready for the season ahead or headed to the bench. If you have any issue with your heat, make sure to call DFH. Now, when you buy a qualifying Trane HVAC system, receive 18-month special financing when you buy a complete Trane system. It's hard to stop a Trane, and it's 686222, or look them up online at dfhcompany.com.
Says he's connected, but I can't hear him.
Building dates, details, and restrictions. Subject to credit approval.
Race to savings for great deals going on now at Menards. Secure your home and save big with Menards' wide selection of TrueBolt lock sets and deadbolts. TrueBolt door locks provide homeowners, professional installers, and builders with quality products at an affordable price. Available in a wide variety of finishes, you'll find the perfect one to match your style. Right now, save big money on TrueBolt lock sets and deadbolts at Menards. Savings good through February 19th.
Save big money at Menards.
You've got ants inside the house, mosquitoes outside the house, moles burrowing in your lawn, and termites eating your house from inside out. You're completely surrounded. Luckily, OPC Pest Services has a 4 seasons program that can help. OPC has been providing quality pest services since 1972. Protect your home and property and call OPC Pest Services for a free estimate at 969-9635 or visit opcpest.com. Again, that's 969-9635 or visit opcpest.com.
Hey, it's Pat Jaggers, and racing is back, as well as Trading Paint, Louisville's home for everything motorsports. Be sure to join me this Sunday at noon on ESPN 680 and 105.7 as we recap the offseason and preview the Daytona 500. New cars, new venues, and new drivers. Everything you need to know about the upcoming season, well, we've got you covered. And as always, we'll end the show with my pick to win. Once again, it's Trading Paint, and it's this Sunday at noon on ESPN 680, 105.7, and the ESPN Louisville app.
This is Drew Diener, and you're listening to 93.9 The Ville, live from the OPC Services Studio.
Something on your mind? Hit us up on the UPS Jobs text line, 3831 939.
Attorney Joe Cordell.
Think back to a time when you've had to contend with a difficult challenge in your life, but that, in the end, came out okay. I'm willing to bet that in almost all those cases, you had someone alongside you that you trusted, whether the challenge related to a career change, a health crisis, or even the death of a loved one. But if the challenge is divorce and you're a guy, there's a good chance that your trusted friend for all life's challenges to date has been your spouse, whom the legal system now terms the opposing party. This is why guys notoriously are prone to feeling isolated and alone during the divorce process. The good news is you don't have to go through this alone. Let Cordell and Cordell be the partner that you can count on through the challenges of divorce. Call us at 866-DADS-LAW or visit CordellCordell.com. You are not alone.
Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell and Cordell's Louisville area attorneys. 866-DADS-LAW, 9300 Shelbyville Road, Suite 204, Louisville, Kentucky 40222. Joseph Cordell, licensed in Missouri and Illinois only. CordellCordell.com.
That's his thing. They don't get back. Hayward's whipped. Now look at the steal. Here's the steal. 3-on-1. Alley-oop. Oh, my goodness. Marcus Maybin. And you certainly are in love with him here in Louisville. Marcus in the open floor. Hops incredible. Here comes Maybin off the steal. Oh, my goodness.
Get up, get up, get up, get up. Let's get ready for Marcus Maybin. You're about midway to the midday with Marcus Maybin. And you can call in, I lay back and just listen to Marcus Maybin. So sit back and relax and watch Maybin. Break it down like this.
Woo! Broadcasting live from the OPC Pest Services studio. Time for Middays with Marcus Maybin on 93.9 The Ville. Now, here's Marcus Maybin and Steve Rummage.
Ain't no telephone bill. Once I had a girl on Rocky Top, and by the other half cat.
Give me some volume, baby.
I still dream about that. Rocky Top,
Every single season, this is how it starts. The late season run to KCD starts with the Tennessee Volunteers, Steve.
So predictable, man.
It's so predictable.
Yep.
This is Mickey's first road
Oh, is this
to
his
KCD.
first Rocky Top?
This is
Okay.
his first Rocky Top. This is his first road to KCD. Nikki, do you know what KCD is?
Kentucky Country Day?
Close. Very, extremely close. Steve, you explain the KCD day, and I'll explain the road to KCD. Or should I explain the road to KCD and you explain the day? Yeah, you know,
You
that's
explain
better.
the road.
I'll explain the road. Nikki, you know how they have road to the Final Four?
Yeah.
And all that good stuff.
Charles Barkley, Spike Lee.
Yeah, just road to the Final Four.
SLJ. Yeah.
Okay, you can pull it down a little bit because I have to explain something to you. The road to KCD looks like this. You know, January 19th, Steve and Marcus are in the studio pre-show. We're like, man, they look pretty good, man. They might actually be able to make a run, right? This is how it works.
Right.
Yeah, I know, man, right? I mean, Cal, surely he can win with this team. I mean, he has depth, he has shooting, he has the guard play, he has the big man play. Nikki, Marcus and Steve have this conversation every single basketball season, right? In this studio, or the other 93.9. Either way, the Players Club studio, we go, hey, this team, watch out, man. And then right at the end of that conversation, I say, but I don't know, Steve. And Steve's like, no. I mean, they're going. Regardless, they're going. And I say, I don't know, Steve. And then this is when Marcus, the savant, the eyeballs, the Marcus Damas comes out of me, right? And I tell Steve, I say, you got players on that team that every single year start thinking, this is my time to shine now. They go to Kentucky to get to the league. The gift and the curse. Late season, you see it. You see it, Nikki. That ball swinging around the perimeter, and then the guy catches it, and he pump fakes it, and then he shoots it. And it bricks. And then they jogging back down on defense, and he gets that look from the teammate. All season, you have made that extra pass. You have swung that ball, and all it takes is that one moment. Because when you have league-destined egos, that one shot that you didn't swing it, they say, oh, is that what we're doing now? And when those...
The way your head tilted right there, I hope the people on the the Bills stream appreciated that.
Every single season, I say, Steve, there it was. There it was. The one time the big man has his man pinned right under the basket and he's calling for the ball. They've been dumping it in. Cal's doing his thing. Give it to him. Give it to him. And that guard just, I can't quite get it in there to you. And he chucks it. And when that ball hits off the back of the rim, that guy's still standing there on the block. Keep in mind, the ball's bouncing off the rim right now, and that guy's waiting for the basketball still. Not from the rebound. He's still waiting on that basketball from the pass. You know what that does is, listen, rest in peace, Kobe Bryant. Used to irritate me about Kobe more than anything on the planet. When that shot clock would get down to 2 and somebody else had to shoot it, Kobe would still leave his arms up like, hey, I'm wide open. And the dude would be running back down the court like, dude, it was 2 seconds. To Kobe, that's enough time to get me the ball, and I'm going to shoot it at the end of the shot clock, right?
Right.
But that guy's like, dude, I'm not passing the ball across the court to you so you could flick it up, you know what I'm saying? With this. Kobe's like, that's what I do. But here's the problem. Don't leave your arms up in the air and let the whole world know. Because now everybody.
Don't show them up.
Yeah,
right.
Now everybody in the world saying, Kobe was wide open. And it's a bunch of people that didn't understand the details of that play, of how difficult that play is. Right? Don't show them up. Steve, there it was. The one guy who leaves his arms open for an extra second, and then takes him an extra second to drop his head, turn around, and start jogging back down the court. And then as he's jogging from the offensive end to the defensive end, you know what he does? He looks at the guy, and then he looks over at Cal, and he just keeps on jogging. But there was so much nonverbal communication in that play. I say, Steve, it just happened, and you can watch it. Listen, I'm not saying they're going to lose out, not like that. But once the seed of,
once the KCD seed has been planted, there's no digging it up.
And when it happens, Nikki,
actually, there is one caveat.
Oh, yes, Steve. Give the one caveat, Steve.
There is one caveat. If you have a Kenny Payne that can get you an Anthony Davis,
or an assistant athletic director that can get you an Anthony Davis. Listen, Kenny Payne can coach it. Athletic directors go get him.
That's why I say Kenny Payne was Anthony Davis is maybe the greatest college basketball player of all time, Nick, because he drug John Calipari to a national championship kicking and screaming. There's a phrase I use on this show, Nick. Anthony Davis pulled victory out of the jaws of Cal's defeat and won a national championship. Anthony Davis is the greatest player we've ever watched.
Most underpaid college athlete in the history of college basketball.
Now, Nick.
Only 10% of those shirts. That's ridiculous.
That
Seriously, I was reading that and I was actually getting pissed off. I was like, what are we doing?
It's like, come on, dude. Yeah. Like, who else got that money? So here's the thing. Nick, all this, what you saw last night, plants the seed of KCD. KCD has been brought to you by many different sponsors. West Virginia, UConn a few times, Indiana,
Kemba,
Kansas State, Wisconsin with the ultimate KCD, Auburn, the list goes on, North Carolina. KCD, Nick, is the day after either a second round, Sweet 16, Elite 8, Final Four, National Championship, whatever it is. But it comes yearly. And I think we're going to get one this year. And when we do, it's a special day. It's a fun day. It's Kentucky Choke Day, which has kind of become an annual holiday.
You just don't know when. You just know it's
Don't know when.
That's the best holiday. When you don't know when it's coming.
Surprise
it
every
just
year.
pops up on you.
But it's coming. You know what? You if you're Steve Rummage, you're like, I mean, Kansas State sucks. Like they're missing their best player. Like Kentucky's 3 lottery picks. It's a Sweet 16. Like
it always comes when you least expect it.
Nick, the heavens have opened up. I mean, they're going to get Loyola Chicago. I mean, my only solace is, look, they're not going to beat Villanova in the championship game, I don't think.
Once Mitch Barnhart got on that selection committee, once he became the chair of the NCAA selection committee, KCD got even sweeter because the paths they started getting after he complained about, Kentucky got a raw deal. And actually, no, I'm sorry. The other teams that Kentucky has to play got a raw deal because they shouldn't have to play us so early. Once he started setting up these sweet pathways for Kentucky, you're like, oh no, just look at their path. And then KCD.
And then you know what happens, Nick? You're like, you know what? I'm not watching them play Kansas State. They're up. They jump out. They're up. I'm going to lay down. I'm just going to go to sleep. Bing, 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 bing.
What's that sound, Steve?
Oh, what is it? Oh my God. Oh, it's KCD. I wasn't even prepared for KCD.
Not today.
Oh God, let me get up and put my clothes on. Or you know what it is, Nick? You know what it is?
What is it?
It's, dude, Wisconsin don't have. This Kentucky team's got. My God, they've got 12 guys going to be in the NBA. All right, I'm watching. Oh, maybe nah. Kentucky's up like 6 now, and now the refs are calling bull crap and ones. I'm done. I'm gonna walk out in the garage, or I'm gonna walk out in the driveway, just back and forth because I don't want to watch it because they're gonna go undefeated. What was that? What did my dad say? Did my dad just yell Sam Decker? What happened?
It's not a Kentucky player.
Yeah. What happened? Yeah, son, it's KCD. That's it, Dad. It's KCD.
Or Steve, you're in a bar, right? You're in a bar, right? You're watching the game, and it's packed. It's blue. Listen, it's blue and white from head to toe. Blue and white all over this, and not Carolina blue and white. It's Kentucky blue and white.
I don't know what to do.
It's Alex Poitras jerseys everywhere. It's you're watching it, and they hit the shot, and it's 6 seconds left, and everybody in Kentucky is like, we did it.
So,
We did
so
it.
I'm just gonna throw my middle fingers up in the air.
I'm gonna flick off the TV because you know what? Screw you, sports gods. And Carolina, calmly,
oh,
bang, game over. Go home. Oh,
So there's a patron
God.
saint each time. That was what? Luke
Oh my God,
White
it's-
and then
Luke
Sam Decker.
May.
or
No,
Luke-
wait,
Luke May, sorry.
no. What's his name? Not Luke May.
Luke May.
Luke May.
Yeah,
Okay,
Luke May,
okay.
Luke May,
He was white. He
Yeah,
was white.
yeah, wow.
And then there's the most lucrative one, Nick. There's the one that cost me the most money. The most recent KCD. I got into betting. Did my sports betting. Got into doing it. Listen, having a great tournament. I mean, dude, I'm in the $1,000.
Killing it.
Wow.
In the green. I'm in the green on my
Up a
app on the app
considerable
you
amount
use.
of units. Okay.
Yes. I was at 1120 in the green.
Damn, son.
Yeah. So Kentucky Auburn lead 8. I'm not watching this. Let me look down. Oh God, Kentucky. Look.
And
Me and my
Auburn
dad are
had just
outside.
lost their best player.
Yep.
'Cause he-
right before in
Kiki,
the game
was his
before.
name Kiki?
Chumo Kiki,
Yep.
I think, or okay, yeah,
Yeah,
something like
because
that, yeah.
no, because
he's in the league. He's
listen,
playing well.
because there was a sign on a frat house at Kentucky making fun of him breaking his leg.
That's right. That's right. So then Nick, look, it's oh my God, Kentucky's already up like 20-8. See what's going on. Auburn's kind of come back, but now Kentucky's pulling away in the second half. All right, just bet again. Okay, I can get it again. Boom, boom, boom. Massive bets. Nick, KCD. KCD doesn't care about money. KCD can't be stopped by your woes, by your bad decisions. KCD can't be stopped. That little team from Auburn and that little 5'10" guard. Boom, boom. And my wife is marveling at me as
money's just going out of the
as I'm lining up to shoot the free throw with that guard. Let's clutch it, baby. Let's clinch it. You've got $1,600 on the line here, babe. You know that, right? Yep. Let's go, Tigers. Bang, bang. I'm broke, but it's KCD.
You were the patron saint.
I am the Tigers. Yeah, it didn't matter. It's a beautiful day, Nick.
Image of you just like
Beautiful
having money burn all around you and dancing.
Yeah.
Like, you know.
Wait,
arms
and with
extended,
all
looking
that's
into
being
the
said,
air.
Nick,
Julie Andrews.
because listen, it's like, you know how Jack, we always mess with Jack because Jack, we get Christmas and Jack gets what, multiple Hanukkah days.
Yeah.
KCD is more Hanukkah, dude.
So we just
We're
don't know.
telling you,
we don't know where it when it comes.
start celebrating today.
Do we exchange gifts? Do we eat like potato pancakes? Is there like an afternoon
you
mass?
just
What are
wait.
we doing?
You just
You
wait.
just let it happen.
A famous,
Yes.
a famous boxer once said, "Let it happen."
Just let it happen. But start today. Start lighting the candles today,
The
Nick,
Hanukkah.
because KCD, the road to KCD started last night.
Welcome to our world, Nikki.
I like it. I love the idea of a patron saint, and don't. I hope this doesn't tarnish it, but maybe it'll bring a funny image. But with the Kansas State year, the patron saint might have been Keatsman. This is alma mater. I just have an image of him just in bunny
Sure.
wings.
Sure, you never know who. It could be people you hate, love, indifferent. Listen, you
It
never
unites-
know who's going to be the heroes of KCD. You never know.
But they remain heroes for all time.
Could be Moon Mullins.
For all
from West
time.
Virginia,
Sam
right?
Decker.
Sam Decker.
It just doesn't matter.
Luke White Guy May. Yeah.
Yeah,
Kemba
you
Walker?
just never, ever really know. And actually, John Calipari's even been it against West Virginia. John Calipari was the patron saint.
Yes.
It was like
He was going to
you're
be
too
damned.
ignorant.
He was going to be damned if he didn't have that KCD that day.
It was like, Cal, you have John Wall and DeMarcus Cousins. All you got to do is tell John, take ball, throw ball, DeMarcus, score ball.
Dominate.
It's easy. It's easy. Like, they're not. Yeah, it's the only thing West Virginia can do is they're hitting miraculous threes. That's it. You can win this game. And he was like, over my dead body will we go to this Final Four. He tried against Kansas. He tried against Louisville.
Jay said, don't
In
forget
the Final Four.
Don't forget Deshaun Butler.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, I mean, Butler went off too. But listen, he's tried multiple times. He tried against Notre Dame in the Elite Eight.
Kenny
And Carl
Payne
Towns and those guys
has dug
took him as far as he could.
Kenny Payne is the enemy of KCD. And not even.
He's the Krampus.
Not
He's like
even
the
Kenny
anti-Santa.
freaking Payne can stop Calipari from forcing KCD upon us.
Do you know what Cal did? Calipari actually, I can imagine Kenny Payne's face. Calipari tricked people like my father-in-law. In that team, they were like, that team that lost to Kansas State, right? They're like, I mean, this is the least talented team we've ever had. I mean, it's just like 3 lottery picks.
On one team.
Hey, Kevin Knox, PJ Washington,
Lottery.
and Gilgeous Alexander.
Lottery.
I mean, it's just worst team. I mean, it's the least talented team we've ever had in our life. I mean, Kenny Payne was probably like, I could have went undefeated with this.
Kenny Payne got to the Knicks and was like, where's Kevin Knox at?
I mean, he was trying to go undefeated with that team. He signed half of them.
Yes.
What are we doing here, y'all? Like, I mean, this is, so it's a day. And last night, like I said, this team was worrying me. I will say that, though. This team scared me.
Every team
last
does.
night. Yeah, but this one really did. Because I'm like, I don't know if there's egos like that on this team. Like, now I'm not saying there's egos, but like, it's not really an ego. But I was like, I don't know if this team. Now, I was thinking, I was like, they're gonna put that Sharp kid in here, boy, and that's gonna blow this thing all to hell. And they didn't. And I was like,
maybe Cal's getting better.
Oh man, yeah.
Maybe he's maturing.
You're saying this reclass isn't really, he's a reclassification. I could hold him off. But I don't know, man. Last night, I think it's a typical Kentucky team.
Steve, and I tell you every time, once they smell the money, they say smell is most connected is most connected with the memory and the mind. They know what money smells like. Yeah. And once they get a whiff of it, because late season, people stop hiding the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
That's what they do. That's what they do. You smell it. They don't do it on purpose. They don't do it because they're bad people. They just start seeing professional. The agents come sniffing around a lot more. Like, son, it's time for you to start getting ready. Okay, now what? Listen. Okay, soon as the season ends, we're gonna fly out to California. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do this. I'm gonna need you to sign this paperwork. This is. Once you start doing that, you're detached. You know why? Because these agents are telling these kids, you don't have time for class right now. Who do you want to work out with? This guy or this guy? This guy is in Nevada. Are you a Vegas guy or are you more of an LA guy? Think about if you ask the kid that. He has 8 games left in his season, 7 games left, Nikki. And you ask a kid, I got 1 facility in Vegas and 1 facility in LA. Now in LA, hold on, tapping his.
All right.
I have 1 facility in Vegas. I have 1 facility in LA. We have a lot of we have a lot of sand dunes in LA, but you have this problem here. You won't have a lot of space to train in. Vegas has this, and this. Take a couple days to think about it. Talk to your family about it, and we'll tell them. So now I'm at home thinking.
But Mr. Agent, I think we have Tennessee tomorrow. Boy, ain't nobody care if y'all beat Tennessee.
You better score. You go get a double against Tennessee. Or they do this thing. Hey, the LA one costs this much a month. I mean, of course, you're not gonna have to pay it. That's gonna be on the back end. So after you get drafted, you're just gonna have to pay that back. It's nothing though, whatever. Okay. Now you're sitting at home after practice, Nikki, arms folded behind your bed. You know what? Now your dormitories and your facilities don't feel as nice. You know what I'm saying? Because your agent, when you went to go see your agent, when he came in town, y'all were down at the Hyatt. You were down at the, you were at some nice super suite, Now you're back in your dorm room again. And he just asked you about going to Vegas or going to LA. And you know this is coming in a couple weeks. You're less than 6 weeks away from training for the biggest job interview of your life. And old boy act like he couldn't pass me the ball the other night. My agent just told me I need to fit. Listen, I'm averaging 17.4. My agent says, if you can get that up to 18, if you can get that, you got 6 games to get that up. We need that at 18. 17, here's who you're matched up against. You're matched up against this guy for Kansas. This guy, he plays for Villanova. This guy plays for Arkansas. These are the other 4 forwards in your position. Okay. All of them are averaging at least 18. You know what I'm saying? I need you to be in that 18 category.
Just like that. Gotta get mine.
Yeah.
And again, it's not a complete instant metamorphosis, but it's the seed planted that you haven't been worried about most of the year. And the agent's been leaving you alone. Now, not only is your agent promising you those things, there's a competing agent. And now I see my other teammate. He looks like he's moving up the boards a little bit. Now he's telling me about his agent. Now I don't know if I got the right agent. Now my hookup, Kenny Payne, I'm hearing he's about to go down to Louisville. So I ain't even going to have him in the league.
I'm going to be working out at Louisville next year.
Anthony Davis is going to be working out in the Kiever Center next year.
Yes. Yes. Like,
I
you
love
guys
it.
I'm prepping you all right now. Anthony Davis is going to shout Louisville out. He's going to show up he is going to take pictures, and he's going to be like, oh man, I'm still a cat, but I'm down here in Louisville. hey, it's always go Cats though. And you're going to be like, yeah. And James is going to be like, yeah, Anthony. He said still go Cats. I read it.
And when that banner comes down, they got to replace their banner with the Anthony Davis jersey. They're going to pull a Louisville and try to retire Anthony Davis's jersey.
Anthony Davis is going to be like, I got it back.
It's absolutely going to happen.
With all that being said, I know we're coming up probably on a break here.
Mm-hmm.
With all that being said, some good things have transpired in the last 24 hours on this side.
Quick commercial break. Middays with Marcus Maben on 93.9 The Ville.
Steve Rummage here from Weight loss. Vitality is a safe, effective weight loss program that is tailored to your body. With Vitality, you'll get a personalized food list and supplements based on your needs. Vitality is science-based, and in your first visit, you'll go through a complete body scan and be assigned a personal specialist. In the first week, I was down 16 pounds. So go to vitalitylouisville.com or call 502-442-2117 and let them know you heard about it right here from Steve Rummage and 93.9 The Ville.
Now that sports have officially kicked off, there's only 4 things missing from your playbook. 4 pegs. Looking for great smoked wings? 4 pegs. Looking for juicy barbecue and award-winning chili? 4 pegs. if you're just looking for some cold crab, tap, can, or bottled beer, Four Pegs. And the best part about Four Pegs is it's right around the corner at 1053 Goss Avenue in Germantown. So you better get over there fast because the word is spreading. And while you're over there, be sure to ask about their food truck and other catering services.
Visit Shane Company. With the state's largest selection of diamonds in all shapes and sizes, you'll find stunning natural diamonds in every price range. Now you have a friend in the jewelry business. Shane Company and Shaneco.com.
Louisville basketball returns to the Yum Center tonight as the Cards host Miami. And for the most post-game coverage, keep it locked on ESPN Louisville.
Here's Dre Davis. Has a step and he uses it. Dre Davis hammers it home.
Immediately after the game, join Pat Jaggers and Taylor Lynch for the Miller Lite postgame show on ESPN 680 and 105.7. We're the first place in town that will take your calls, texts, and more. If it's Louisville basketball, we talk about it here on ESPN Louisville.
The only thing worse than hiring no law firm after your injury is hiring the wrong law firm. When thousands of people call us every year asking to help them change law firms, I wonder why they ever call the other firm. When you're fighting to get what you deserve, it's go big or go home. We are big for a reason, which is why we've recovered over $9 billion for our clients. When it comes to law, size matters. We're America's largest injury law firm, Morgan & Morgan. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Hey, it's Pat Jaggers, and racing is back, as well as Trading Paint, Louisville's home for everything motorsports. Be sure to join me this Sunday at noon on ESPN 680 and 105.7 as we recap the offseason and preview the Daytona 500. New cars, new venues, and new drivers. Everything you need to know about the upcoming season, well, we got you covered. And as always, we'll end the show with my pick to win. Once again, it's Trading Paint, and it's this Sunday at noon on ESPN 680, 105.7, and the ESPN Louisville app.
Hey, Card Nation, let's be honest. The real estate market in Kentucky is booming, and whether you want to buy or sell a home, now is the perfect time to do it. With interest rates at an all-time low and programs that can get you in a home for no money down. Want to learn more? It's simple. Just call Derek A. Stewart with Dream JP Pirtle. Derek is available virtually around the clock to listen, understand, and help you with all your realtor needs. So don't waste another second. Call Derek A. Stewart at 502-314-9868 today.
We just got word the Tailspin Ale Fest is cleared for takeoff at Bowman Field coming up Saturday, March 5th. More than 70 breweries pouring more than 250 beers, rare brews, the Bourbon Barrel Bar returns, and much more. Tailspin also features 8 food trucks, live music, the Cox's Cigar Lounge, Drake's Silent Disco, and the ESPN Louisville Lager Lounge will feature all the college hoops games. For tickets and more information, visit tailspinalefest.com.
Louisville Cardinal baseball is back.
Back it goes. The ball is gone.
Head coach Dan McDonnell leads the Cards against one of the toughest conferences in America.
Swing and a miss, strike 3, an immaculate inning.
Louisville plays here all season long on your home for Cardinal baseball.
93.9 The Ville, and streaming on ESPNLouisville.com and the ESPN Louisville app.
Zach here with Great Flood, sharing the exciting news that our Highlands location now serves full bar offerings, bourbon, wine, cocktails, and obviously the same great beers. Stop in during any basketball game to get $3 blonde ales and pilsners during the duration of the game. Thanks for your support, and we can't wait to see you soon to enjoy all of our great new offerings.
Call 502-208-0882 to reach your preferred location, or follow us at Great Flood Beer, Great Flood Middletown on social media for updates.
Why do more people choose Baptist Health for their hearts? It's because we put you at the center of everything we do. From our treatment innovations and skilled teams who deliver care that revolves around your unique needs, to a comprehensive approach that keeps us by your side at every step. This is heart care that helps you return to the things your life revolves around, because this is heart care centered on you. Learn more at baptisthealth.com/heartcare.
GE Appliance Park is now hiring full-time positions with up to $2,500 hiring bonuses. Pick your shift and make up to $2,987 per month. Join our manufacturing production team and be part of over 100 years of American manufacturing. Apply today at makeitatthepark.com or text GEA Park to 844-MY-APPLY. That's GEA Park to 844-692-7759. Make a difference. Make it at the park.
Miss anything from your favorite shows? Head over to the GE Appliances Podcast Center on ESPNLouisville.com.
ESPN Louisville is your flagship station for Bellarmine basketball.
Off to Penn at the top right. Dillon to the right of the lane. Working his way into the paint. Up with the left hand. He got it.
Join Doug Orme and Mark Bug tonight as the Knights hit the road once again to take on Central Arkansas. Knights pregame coverage begins at 7:45 with tip-off at 8 o'clock. And it's all right here on 93.9 The Ville and the ESPN Louisville app. If it's Bellarmine basketball, it plays on ESPN Louisville.
Here's what you missed on The Drive with Mark Ennis.
Here's Chris Mack at the Super Bowl for his lifelong team, the Cincinnati Bengals. He's there watching the Bengals be in the Super Bowl, and he's checking Twitter for Clay Travis tweets about rich people in their booths. There's, their luxury boxes not wearing masks.
Yeah.
And that bothers him so much that he had to tweet something about it. Like, this is a fragile guy.
The Drive, weekdays 3 to 6 on 93.9 The Ville.
It's hot keys. Sorry.
Miami.
Okay, I'm listening.
We kind of made a couple of jokes, about Miami, over the past 2 months, be a nice place to live. And
sure.
I can adjust to Tom Jurich, and Miami has been at the forefront, and
the cane, baby.
Right.
Yeah.
And
hey, I went down there. I could totally live on the outskirts there. It's nice.
Who knows where Jalen will be, but we've thought about it, right? Okay. So here's the problem, Steve. Yeah, I had a dream, and it was real.
Oh man,
it was real last night.
You woke up and you were like, "Man, I'm gonna go out and probably connect in from the beach."
Not quite. But again, here's why I woke up. Let me tell you, it's a dream. You know what I'm talking about, Steve, when you have those dreams and you have to figure out something's not right about this. You know what I'm saying? Like, it feels real. Listen, let me tell you what happened. My son came to me and said, Dad, I'm going to be a Panther. Right?
In real life or in the dream?
Right?
Yeah.
Steve, I couldn't tell.
Okay.
Maybe we're on the phone, but I was looking at it, whatever. He just, Dad, I'm going to be a Panther. I say, okay.
You're like, well, that's unfortunate.
No, at first I was, no, here's the thing. At first I was kind of like, oh, okay. Which meant the deal was done. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I'm like ready to congratulate. I looked at his face and he wasn't really, thrilled about it. You know what I'm saying? So I was kind of like, what's up? You feeling the Panthers, whatever. And he was like, he was explaining to me how, okay, how in basketball, you get a guy to get some good numbers just so you can trade him and just try to draw into a thing. So it felt like his feelings was kind of hurt because the Lions like purposely pushed up his numbers so they could trade him. And he felt kind of like he was kind of hurt because, he's, he got that loyal thing. Like he has those, he has one of those bugs, Steve, that we got. Like, just.
We get it, Marcus. He's the greatest kid on planet Earth. Look, he's a little too loyal. You know, he's
that's on the
his
resume.
loyalty.
Yeah, on your resume. Well, listen. What are your flaws? My loyalty. I'm just way too loyal.
I work too hard.
I'm way too loyal.
The point is, Steve, if you had a chance to go to if he had a chance to go to the Cowboys or stay with Detroit, you know good and well he would stay with Detroit.
No,
he would.
I don't believe that.
He would.
Look, I know you're saying that.
He would.
He is too what?
He would.
And I'm going to challenge you.
He would.
I'm going to challenge that.
Okay, we're going to get him on.
But we'll go
for
with
sake
that.
for sake of argument.
Okay, we'll go with that until
it happens.
Yeah, we'll go with that. And listen, I'll say you're his dad, so I'll go with you. But
I could be wrong.
Like let's see those two opportunities on the table.
Okay, and I'm basing that off of him having a chance to go to other schools, like you did with the Trinity thing, and just like I'm just basing on stuff like that, So anyway, and he was just like disappointed, and it was kind of like, man, it was kind of depressing that he was so disappointed. But here's the problem, Steve. I was shopping for gear. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, okay, I got to change teams now. Whatever. Shopping for gear, and I'm asking him, do he like this? And what do you think about this? And just kind of yucking it up. I was online shopping, right? And it's all Miami stuff, right?
Yeah,
it's all Miami Dolphins gear.
Yeah,
and he's talking about, and I'm like, wait a minute.
It's one of those things but in the dream, you're just like, you think something of it, but you're just like dreams happen like that.
Right.
Like, oh yeah. He's going to Miami.
Right.
Yeah.
So as I'm starting to like, what's the Leonardo DiCaprio, the dream movie? What's it called? Inception. Yeah. Inception. So as I'm like coming up layers, I'm like, now I'm starting to say, wait a minute, these aren't Carolina colors. And that's a dolphin. And this color, and I'm just starting to say, did I mishear him? Did he say he's going to the Dolphins? Or is he going to Carolina? I said, I could have swore he said Carolina.
Well, Marcus,
I'm listening.
Would you like the interpretation?
Oh, God. Yes, Steve. I would love the interpretation.
It's really simple one. You want him to go to Miami. Deep in your soul,
just for my own gain, or what?
No. Deep in your soul, you want him to go to Miami because deep down, it's a great place to live, but your body and your soul is telling you while you're sleeping, Steve was right about Tua.
Boom. And he lands the dismount. Facts. It's okay. Are you, do you want to just like have that conversation really quick? It doesn't have to take long.
Conversation is there to have.
Steve, just say it.
No. He's got a new coach. New coach believes in him.
Oh, Steve.
Listen, Tua, I'm telling you, watch out. Go draft Tua. Get him while you can in your fantasy leagues. He's got weapons now. He's got Jalen Waddle. Got Devontae Parker. He's about to add Jalen Reeves-Maben on the defense.
Listen, during free agent time, I'm not allowed to talk about anybody in any squad.
I will say this: that stadium is cool, is really cool to see. That was the first time of course, now I'm a stadium buff, so like I love to go and look at new stadiums. Like that's just something I love to do. I get a kick out of that. Anytime we go to a new town, I'm like, oh, let's drive by the stadium.
Like the Georgia dudes.
Yes. Yeah, that's me. I'm like, if we got a chance to stop, like when first time we went to Orlando, I'm like, I looked up, I was like, Ben Hill Griffin Stadium. I was like, oh, dude, it's just a few miles off there. I'm like, yeah. Oh yeah. Let's pull through there real quick. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like, I got to see it, like I just want to see the stadiums. Like actually this last trip we just went on, I drove past UCF, kind of looked around. I did it in Knoxville. I love that. And that stadium with that, topper, whatever it is that's on that, at Hard Rock Stadium is cool. It's really a cool looking stadium.
Big money stadium. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. So Steve, heading into the commercial break, you kind of talked about some good things happening. Is it too short of a time to get into the good things that are happening? Because
yeah, probably so. There's multiple things. One thing, we'll have Chrissy Banna on later today because the women got some great news today that we're going to chat about. And I mean, you've got a season that looks like they might be the year. So
I know.
Like, man, it's like
they're starting to look like I said, they're starting to get the opposite of KCD look to them.
Yeah, yeah. And look, and they got some news that you're like, well, if it's not this year, it'll probably be next year. So she'll be on later. We'll have that conversation. But yeah, we can wait until we come back at 11.
So you know what?
Or we can talk about it now. I mean, it's only 10:50.
But you know what? I'll tell another story.
Okay.
Really quick. Because top of the hour. Because here's the thing. I have a couple of conversations that we got to have and take a little bit of a longer time. But since you weren't in here, let me tell you what happened this morning. We've been putting up with we've been putting up with the luminaries all year long. And it makes you sick to your stomach.
Yeah. Steve,
you ever hit somebody with a joke and they don't get the joke originally, and you kind of like, you don't want to like say the joke again. You just want them to get it, or you want them to stew on it, right?
Right.
Steve, let me tell you what the best feeling was this morning.
Okay. Listen.
I'm going past the conference room, right?
Right.
You can always see it's big, long ass legs, big feet of Dan Issel, right? Just,
right.
Legs crossed. He's just right there. Steve, when I turned that corner, I wish that I was on a rocket top. And I could feel him wondering if I was, about to speak to him, right?
Yeah.
I purposely did not speak to him. I purposely didn't look. And I saw him move, he was just going to acknowledge, we're going to acknowledge each other like normally. I acted like I never even saw him. And I was shooting past, and I was going past that window. And I just got a little louder with the words, and I just kept on going around to get my water, right? And you should have heard the jolly cackle when he realized what was going on.
That's funny.
You could just hear him bust out in the bed. He was like, oh. Look, I think he even clapped his hands. And I was like, kind of, and then you get to do the what's so funny?
Yeah. Yeah, you're like, what happened?
Right. I was just singing a song. And he was so humble. He was like, boy, we got tore up, man.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yes, because you when you're when you've been in there, when you're in a certain world, it's like when you've been defeated. I mean, even us, where it's like, yeah, they're just better.
I listen. I explained to him our buzzsaw logic in some games. Just like, no, like get Ty Washington out of there. Get your guys out of here. It's over. We lost.
Tonight was not. Look, this isn't college football, man. Look,
right. Lick your wounds. Go home.
That's a wrap.
By the way, Steve, cool, extremely cool, or creepy? LeBron James talking the young LeBron James commercial.
Oh, I thought that was really cool. I like that. Yeah, I really like that.
It's too good. It's too good. You literally are talking. And listen, graphically, LeBron is talking to young LeBron on that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I saw the little Gemini Man movie with Will Smith and all that computer CGI and what they tried to make out of that. When I look at LeBron talking to his young LeBron, I'm like, hey man, this metaverse thing is coming.
Yeah.
It's like y'all y'all gonna have to chill out with these filters and these artificial intelligence. They got these filters now where the kid is dancing beside Spider-Man, and it looks like there's literally a Spider-Man dancing in your living room next to your kid. Have you seen those filters?
Yes.
It's
oh no, yeah. Listen,
It's
at
terrifying.
listen,
terrifying.
even at
It's terrifying.
At Disney, it's wild, man. I mean, you can pull up some of the filters and it's like, oh my gosh, if you look at it, you're like, there's like what's in your camera is not there. You're like, oh my God. Like they actually got a filter. You can change the Cinderella castle in the background.
Jesus. Listen, like 12, 15 years ago, I was down at was it Universal Studios or I forget which one, right? You want to know what happened? I was watching the 3D, the little 3D movie, right?
Yeah.
And I may have told you this before. I don't remember. I was watching the 3D movie, and a little girl ran into the room or something. The guy was taking a drink, right? And something scared him or something, and he spit out the drink, right? We're in the theater. He spits out the drink, and there's some little hidden little squirt thing, and it squirted in my face, Steve, and I was getting ready to get up out of that seat and go beat that dude up on stage because I thought he spit on me. I thought that man spit into the crowd on me. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, no, that's how all the rides are now, man.
I was like, I was gonna like for 1.7 seconds, I don't care who this guy is at this play. I'm gonna kill him for spitting that drink on me.
You smell the smells. Yeah, I know. You smell the smells, dude.
Steve, Steve, the crucifixion that we watched.
Yes. The guy jumped on stage. It was like, not today.
Have you seen that video?
No.
Nikki?
What is this?
Oh my gosh!
Tell him real quick what it is.
So Nick, it's like a Easter play, right?
Right.
And they're putting Jesus on the cross.
Right.
Okay, so like
they got the music going, the smoke. It's like dun, 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 dun. They got the Roman soldiers around. Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah, I mean it's full like
it's a play.
Right.
Yeah, it's a play. Like they're about to crucify Jesus, and a guy jumps up on stage and just starts wailing on the Roman soldiers.
He grabs a Roman helmet. And I'm telling you, he was not going to let Jesus die today.
Yeah, look, he was like, y'all have killed this man
over and over
for 2,000 years. Over and over
this
and
day,
over again.
He was not going to let. And you can tell people were like, what the hell?
I think it was part of the show at first, just started cheering.
Oh,
like, yeah.
no, you listen, because he's in tight jeans and those the white guy Nikes. Like he's in that, like he's polo jeans. And
he was like, he went back in time and he was like, you mean to tell me not one of y'all
stepped up for the Christ?
Not one of y'all stepped up for this man.
Right.
This guy's the same dude who tried to fight the NWO. Like,
yeah, right.
Okay,
yes.
okay. Steve, you were saying real quick. I cut you off talking about that. You were saying the rides are like that now. All the rides now.
Oh yeah, no, it's just insane. They're 3D.
You said smells.
Oh no, yeah, smell. Like you forget you're gone. Like your smells. I mean, they got Soarin' at Disney takes you over and you're hang gliding and like you go over orange fields and you can smell the oranges and just, I mean, everything is just
all interactive.
Yeah, the water, like like a Ratatouille, the big mop comes through and you got these 3D glasses on, and when it hits, it splashes water on you. You're like, what the heck? Yeah, no. Yeah, it's insane. Like you forget where you're at.
They had these little air, like air pump out air at the bottom. Yeah, and all these rats were in the room, and I saw everybody just like jump up and lift their feet up once they felt that.
Oh,
air.
wait, you're probably talking about Disney. Was that the Bug's Life?
I don't remember, but I know there was a bunch of rats on the across in the room.
Okay.
And those little the little air pockets were kicking out and hitting everybody's ankles, and it was like
that was I think Honey I Shrunk the Kids, and then the bug goes nuts too because it makes you feel like a bug goes under, like walks.
Oh God, yeah.
It's crazy. It sticks you in the back like one of them's got a stinger, and he like kicks you in the back. You're like, what the heck? Like, I just got stung.
Point being, this is way too much insanity. Are we gonna take that real quick and then cut the break? Just let us know who's on. Lloyd, thanks for joining us on 93.9. Fire away.
Hey, fellas, it's Roy from up by C-Bus. How's it going?
Oh, good. How's it going? Fire away, man.
That's all right. I've been called worse. Hey, wanted to ask a question. I know it's not on what you guys were talking about, but I was going through my old Derby Festival programs, and I come across the 1997 one for the white team. I wonder who played in that game there, Marcus.
Marcus and David Schrag and Travis Best and Hodge Turner.
Yep, I got it all right here. I was going through it, organizing it, and I started laughing. The reason I wanted to call was I know you guys were talking about maybe trying to see about getting that thing restarted again. Where are we at on that? I used to come down every year. I went down and watched Alvin Sims, Dwan Weed. And then once it quit, man, it just like a hole every year for me.
Listen, with you just asking that question, you may have reinvigorated the conversation. I do appreciate you. I'm gonna talk to Steve about that right after the show.
Especially when the studs we're about to have coming in with Kenny Payne.
Good point. Good point.
Hey, I can't wait. Hey, Steve, how was Disney and everything? My daughter's going down to playing
As the college hoop season continues, don't miss your chance to catch Louisville men's basketball live at the KFC Yum Center.
I'm so grateful to our fan base.
They're the best fans in the country.
Miami comes to town on Wednesday, February 16th, before the Cards close out the home slate with a pair of Saturday games. First, a Kids Day matchup with Clemson on February 19th, followed by Senior Day against Virginia on March 5th. Purchase tickets online at gocards.com/tickets. L's up and go Cards.
At Pepsi, we know now more than ever we play a vital role in supporting our communities, and we're looking for top talent to join our team in Louisville, Kentucky. Our competitive benefits and employee perks and discounts start day one of hire. As a CDL driver for Pepsi, we guarantee you're home every night. If you're currently out of work, out of school, or looking to launch your career with the best in the beverage business, look no further than PepsiCo. We're hiring CDL Class A drivers, warehouse team members, and store merchandisers. Apply today at PepsiFrontlineCareers.com. That's PepsiFrontlineCareers.com.
If you hear basketball's bouncing, that must mean the weather has turned cold, which also means you're getting ready to find out if your heating system is ready for the season ahead or headed to the bench. If you have any issue with your heat, make sure to call DFH. Now, when you buy a qualifying Trane HVAC system, receive 18-month special financing when you buy a complete Trane system. It's hard to stop a Trane, and it's hard to not call DFH Company today at 968-6222 or look them up online at dfhcompany.com. Visit dfhcompany.com for complete program eligibility, dates, details, and restrictions. Subject to credit approval.
I'm former Louisville basketball player Luke Hancock. When the NCAA tried to take away the Most Outstanding Player Award from the 2013 tournament, I got it back thanks to Morgan & Morgan. Morgan & Morgan is the personal injury firm that fights for the people, and their team treats clients like family. Morgan & Morgan changed my life, and if you've been injured in a car crash, at work, or in a slip and fall, they may be able to change yours. For a free consultation, dial #LAW on your cell phone. That's #529, offices Louisville.
Place your legal sports bets at BetRivers.com. Live in-game betting on major sporting events worldwide, from money lines, point spreads, and many more. Sign up now, and we'll match your first deposit up to $250. BetRivers.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-9-WIT-IT. 1-800-994-8448. Place your legal sports bets at BetRivers.com. Live in-game betting on major sporting events worldwide, from money lines, point spreads, and many more. Sign up now, and we'll match your first deposit up to $250. BetRivers.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-9-WIT-IT. 1-800-994-8448.
Louisville basketball returns to the Yum Center tonight as the Cards host Miami. And for the most post-game coverage, keep it locked on ESPN Louisville.
Here's Dre Davis. Has a step and he uses it. Dre Davis hammers it home.
Immediately after the game, join Pat Jaggers and Taylor Lynch for the Miller Lite post-game show on ESPN 680 and 105.7. We're the first place in town that will take your calls, texts, and more. If it's Louisville basketball, we talk about it here on ESPN Louisville.
Hey, Card Nation, let's be honest. Real estate market in Kentucky is booming. And whether you want to buy or sell a home, now is the perfect time to do it. With interest rates at an all-time low and programs that can get you in a home for no money down. Want to learn more? It's simple. Just call Derek A. Stewart with Dream JP Pirtle. Derek is available virtually around the clock to listen, understand, and help you with all your realtor needs. So don't waste another second. Call Derek A. Stewart at 502-314-9868 today.
It's the new year. That means change is here. But one thing that shouldn't change is who you call for all your home buying and selling needs. Call Josh Jarbo. Josh is a licensed realtor and owner of RE/MAX Alliance. And in 2022, he wants to make your home buying or selling process as efficient as possible by offering a guaranteed sale program and instant offers on commercial listings. And if that wasn't enough, up to a $5,000 seller's credit by mentioning you heard it right here on 93.9 The Ville. So don't wait any longer. Contact Josh Jarbo at 502-216-7590 or Josh Jarbo at remax.net.
An official broadcast partner of the University of Louisville, WLCL Sellersburg is 93.9 The Ville.
I put some cinnamon on it, and I was like, "Oh man, I just a great snack for Vitality, which we're on right now." And yeah, and right as I took a big old bite of apple, I was like, "Oh, he's talking, cool." And right as I took a bite of that, you just was like, "Oh, now's when I'm going to speak, or now I'm going to be like Steve," you know. But I had a mouthful of apple, and you were like, "Right, Steve?" I was like, "Gosh dang it."
Well, let me take that second to remind everybody. I hope you didn't get heated at me. that temperature control is one of the most valuable resources one could have. And if you agree with this sentiment, then DFH Company is most certainly the company for you. Simply dial 968-6222, or you can even look them up online at dfhcompany.com. Make sure you ask about the Mitsubishi Mini Split, like the one we use here at the 93.9 Studios, otherwise more affectionately known as the Players Club, for that hard to heat, hard to cool room in your home. Again, 968-6222, or look them up online at dfhcompany.com.
Okay, and also, let me remind people tonight, since tonight the game is on RSN. Everybody's like, boo. Let me help you out. I can give you something where you can watch the game tonight quick, easy, efficiently, and try something new out that maybe you might just like. Tiger TV Pro tonight. Try it out, man. You get a 7-day free trial. Now, remember, they don't ask for a credit card. You won't have to give any of your personal information as far as that goes until you decide to buy it. So for that 7-day free trial, if you say, you know what, I'd like to try something like that, and tonight I'll be able to watch the game. I know I can watch Louisville, Miami tonight with Tiger TV. And on top of that, listen, you're going to get all the channels, man. You're going to get all the ESPN channels, the ACC Network, Big Ten, SEC, all the NFL games when they're on, all the NBA games that are going on right now. And you might be like me. And in the NBA, you're able to be bought. And I think the Charlotte Hornets are buying me right now. So watch Trez and Terry tonight. Or, anytime they play, you can do that. You'll have all your movie channels, HBO, Stars, Showtime, Cinemax, whatever you want to watch there. Listen, you're even going to be able to get pay-per-views. You want to watch the fight? You're going to get it. You want to watch WWE? You're going to get it. You want to watch AEW? You're going to get it. All that. Now, remember, if you decide, plus they have on-demand. You have on-demand. You have movies for days, TV shows for days, anything you want. If you decide after the 7-day trial you want to do that, it's $39.99 a month. That's it. And it's a streaming service. So all you need is an Apple TV or a Roku, whatever you use. You put it on there. They'll send you the instructions how to do it. Throw it on there. Everything will be ready to go. And you can watch TV. And that's $39.99 a month. So if you want to check that out, that's Tiger TV. You can go to ESPNLouisville.com, scroll down, click on the Tiger, and check it out, man. Try it tonight.
Okay, so here's the thing. I could not have asked for a better name to pop up on this call screen on a day like this. I was going to go into a particular subject today, and it's just the sports gods are just so kind to us sometimes, Steve. Nikki, does that name say what I think it says?
Yes, it does. The man, the myth, the legend.
Bob Domini, thanks for joining Middays with Marcus Maben. What is going on, good sir?
Hi, guys. How you doing?
Good.
am going to be a little off subject, but I wanted to call in on these same two questions 2 months ago, long before Chris Mack decided to quit the team.
Right.
I want to ask you, Marcus, particularly, but I think all the guys in the studio will want to answer this question. Of the 13 to 15 players available on the roster, can you name me? I can name 2 players who intentionally and then physically get it done, making the rest of their teammates better on the Louisville roster. Name me 2.
I mean, who are your 2? We talk about our groups all the time. Who would you pick?
I would pick West. He would be my number 1 guy that makes the team and his teammates better and intends to do so. And I would pick, on occasion, Chris. Cross.
Right.
I think that he looks for other players. I'm so sick of Scott or Faulkner or particularly Ellis. Dribble. That is, they haven't shoot it from 40 feet. Dribble, get into trouble, and then get it blocked in their face and never once look for anybody else.
Well, Bob, speaking of frustration, this is what I had in mind, a topic I was going to talk about today. And the reason I thought when I saw your name, this was just the sports gods asking you to call in. Yesterday, I heard in a press conference, I heard Coach Pegues. He was asked a particular, hey, Nikki, do you have that clip? You're not in a rush, are you, Bob? Because I do want you to hear this response.
No, go ahead.
Okay. If we haven't, okay. Okay. Coach was asked about a Miami player in Isaiah Wong, and this was his response.
You know, Wong is like, he's old school, man. Like, not only can he shoot the ball, and I know he's not shooting it great from three, only at 29%, but he's more than a capable three-point shooter. But he's a kid that's, you know, you see him make shots off the glass. Like, kids don't do that much anymore. So he's a dynamic scorer that just has a knack for scoring the ball at all three levels. He's a big, strong, physical kid. He's athletic.
That's enough. I'm sure Bob heard the point that I was making. So, Bob Dominique, you've covered fundamentally sound players in this area since the beginning. You've covered players who you knew weren't playing because they weren't doing something as simple as using the glass. And I've been screaming about using the glass. And I said, even the fans knew when you didn't use the glass, that you could be their favorite player. You knew Coach Crum was benching that guy, and you knew exactly why, and you wouldn't bat an eyelash. Do you think
present company? Go ahead.
Did you say present company excluded?
Present company excluded. Immediately comes to mind Lancaster Gordon and Milt Wagner, who would rush down the court, looked like they were going to dunk the ball, and instead stopped about 10 feet, kissed it off the glass, waved at the defender, and went to the other end.
So when you hear a coach say that people don't use the glass, the Denny Crum in me and the fan base, the Denny Crum fan base, I thought just all collectively sighed at something like that. Like, you're not making them use the glass. Like, that's your responsibility.
Yes.
So,
yes.
So
it's their responsibility to take, and I'm going to use specifics, and I'm not picking on any one person necessarily, but you got to sit a kid like Ellis down when he has. I see Ellis trying to play defense. I see him trying. He can't. He has no knowledge of what to do on defense. Got to sit him down and get him in practice and teach him at least the fundamentals of defense.
What else do you see just like in your years of covering? Like, okay, Bob Dominique's in the locker room at a practice. You want to bring up a particular subject. What subject would that be?
Share the ball. How can they look at other teams on television and watch them drive, dish, wide open three? I think we have 3-point shooters if we get it wide open. We never get it wide open because nobody looks for them.
So you would incorporate the high post offense immediately?
If you're talking about the kind of the offense we had with David Padgett, yeah.
Hey, Bob, is there any more? Wait, was there a second question?
Yeah.
Or did we cover? I'm listening.
You didn't answer the first question. Who are any two players you can think of who purposefully and intentionally and accomplish making their teammates better?
Who? Listen, I am frustrated with Jared West, but I do agree with what you're saying. I think he's too unselfish, almost to a fault. But
that may be true.
Yeah. So I agree with your Ellis. The second guy,
Scott and Faulkner. Those are the three that frustrate me the most. Yeah. And it's the coaching fault, not the kids' fault.
So that's what
they spent years developing their style. And it is their style. It's unfortunate, but it is. You as the coach have got to change that style or sit them down.
Listen, we've been screaming that pretty much to the high heavens from day one. My second guy, it would probably be Faulkner. Like I said, I agree with you too. Like, you can see when they're trying, and sometimes they just can't get it done. And of course, it always goes back to it falls at the coach's feet, which is just kind of another check mark in our and our insane frustration with the team. Okay, so what's question number 2?
Okay. Of the players that are returning, the players that are coming back, name me one. I cannot name one that exceeded your expectations. Certainly isn't Withers. Certainly isn't Samuelson. Certainly isn't Malik Williams. I'm going down the list. I'm trying to find somebody who exceeded my expectations. No wonder they can't win.
Steve, I hope you got an answer for Bob Dominy. Who has exceeded expectations?
Listen,
I don't have one.
he's right. Yeah, he's right on that one. It's like nobody. But that's why the coach is sitting home right now.
I think the one player I can put in there that exceeded my expectations, that is not a returning player, however, is Curry.
Oh,
absolutely.
Wait, you don't? Oh, returning from last year. Okay, yeah. Well, I don't think he has, but I don't think it's his fault. I thought he should have been playing more, and I think then he would have been able to, possibly, exceed my expectations.
You're gonna bring up Trainer again?
Not today, but listen. Now I have expectations. We'll see tonight how he performs, and then I'll decide if I got to give him a hard time tomorrow.
But you cannot name one returning player that exceeds your expectations.
And
or even meets your expectations?
Is that?
I'll go that far. Meets your expectations.
Is that the last thing you lay at the coach's feet?
People have got to sit down, and they've got to know they're sitting down because they're not reaching expectations. If you're going to lose, let's lose teaching lessons.
Listen, you sound exactly like us. Bob, anytime. I do appreciate these drop-in phone calls. Anytime you want to kind of quench your radio thirst, please feel free.
Well, I'm too darn old now. I don't care what I say. I'm going to tell you what I think.
Listen, and that's why everybody's enjoying it. Listen, everybody on the text line, they do love the impromptu vids, and I appreciate you jumping in here.
I will definitely be back again if you'll have me.
Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, Bob Dominy, for sure. What do you mean if you'll have me? It's Bob Dominy.
Answers to those questions.
Oh, no, you got it, Bob. And I appreciate the call. I shouldn't even call it a call. I appreciate the guest, Bob Dominy, jumping in here. Yeah, the visit. Yeah. Thank you for cleaning that up.
Absolutely.
So what do you want to do? We want to go ahead and take that break because we had to talk with Bob.
Yeah, no, but I know we have Chrissy's going to be coming on here in a little bit. Listen, let me just ask you this before we go to break, because I'm genuinely curious.
I'm gonna take one call before we go to break as well.
Oh, okay, go ahead. We can take the call.
Okay, Desmond, thanks for joining us on 93.9. What's on your mind?
What's going on, Marcus? How you doing?
Feeling good.
All right, now. Don't ask me when I say this, though. So when I feel like it's 2012 through 2016, I felt like it's going to be kind of funny, though. I feel like we was like a Jerry Curl. We was at the end thing in the 80s. You know what I'm saying? Well, you get my point after this. So then, once all this happened, I felt like it was like the Michael Jackson Pepsi incident. The hair got burned. So then now hopefully next year when we get Kenny Payne, we'll be like Hot Top 8. We'll be back in action. Something new and something exciting.
Just retro Kenny Payne.
Yeah, that's all I wanted, big dog. There's something different, No, it was on my mind or whatnot.
Desmond, I appreciate the call. I mean, we're all trying to make sense of what we got going on. Listen, Texas says go get Bob Dominy on the payroll. Don't hurt my feelings. Okay, Steve, where are we going to jump into?
Okay. I was trying to think. I'm like, okay, yeah, no, that was good analogies there. Search committee. I have to ask you. Comes out yesterday. President, I believe Lori Gonzalez
Do you mean to pod you down? All right, good. Clear your throat.
Yeah.
I got you now. Sorry.
And we're good.
Yeah, Nikki's doing something back there. Who knows?
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just dying on air. He's back there looking at YouTube or something. Netflix.
Yeah. Yes. Well, yes.
The Eagles sideline reporter is really pretty.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Okay, I'm listening, Steve.
Okay, so it comes out yesterday. Athletic director search. Got search firm. I believe it was the interim president said, not only do we have that, but the process they laid out in front of you. We are going to take the candidates from the search firm and hand them to a selected group of people. They will look at it and then they will present who they believe should be hired. That group, if you haven't heard yet, is Ulysses Junior Bridgman. He's a former NBA player, president, CEO of Bridgman Foods and Bridgman Sports Media, if you didn't know. This guy named Daryl Griffin, a former NBA player, current special assistant to the president at U of L. Kelsey Worrell Dahlia, Olympic gold medalist.
God, I was sitting up with her at the football game, and my 4 to 8 minute interaction with Kelsey Worrell, I'm like, I'll kill anybody who says a negative word about that. Well, I talked to her fresh off the Olympics, just me and her sitting up that game. God, man, she's a great person.
Larry Benz, president, CEO of Confluent Health and a U of L Board of Trustee member. And Harry Douglas, former NFL player and current ESPN analyst, radio and television host.
I know there's another name on that list.
Nope, that's it.
Well, that's one problem with that list. we'll talk about that later on.
Okay. Listen, I'm going to say it like this, man. When that came out yesterday, my nerves calmed a lot. Because one thing I've always, I think the reason why, it was even the reason why with Josh Hurd, and who knows, maybe he ends up getting the job. But I was very, very weary of just all right, we got an interim, now we got an AD. Okay, now he's going to make a decision. Oh, okay, he wants this guy, and it was like, wait a minute. We just did that. And it did not work. If you didn't notice. It did not work. So that makes me believe that they have listened to a lot of the movers and shakers in this area. And the people who I do believe have cared for this university for a long time. And it sounds to me as though, because the AD, and it makes me think the AD might be hired before the coach. I don't think is a total bad thing either. But I do believe now, deep down, that all candidates will get a fair shake. That it won't just be, okay, here's one guy. And like I said, if it's Josh Hurd that gets the job, then I will feel much more comfortable with that now. And depending on afterwards, because you have now people on that, people like Junior, people like, Junior Bridgman, people like Daryl Griffin, people like, that are local, that I believe that if things aren't done in a manner that they should be, I think you're going to know. Like it's the ultimate transparency, I believe. I was very proud to see that list and to see that that's the direction that we're moving. I'm listening.
I don't know, Steve. I don't trust my school right now.
Well, yes,
I
would agree with that,
I like everything you said. On the surface, I agree with everything you said. I've become trained to see the misdirection element, though. I've seen you and I had to have awkward conversations of why Lamar, why now, why Russ, why now. Okay, I don't think they're parading Junior and Griff and Kelsey,
Yeah, because those people can't be paraded.
Yes, right. But again, I've also sat in meetings with Vince and Neely.
Dealing with Vince and Neely.
I know. But what I'm telling you is this university overall. You know what I'm saying? And they were passed along the torch from Vince and Neely. You know what I'm saying? So I'm still just kind of saying, look. How do you say I'm guarded? I'm cautiously optimistic. That's what I am. You know,
that's a good way of putting it. Yeah, that's a good way of putting it.
Cautiously optimistic. And like, I mean, we've given more than fair chances for everybody, for coaches, for ADs, but here's the thing. It's just so crucial right now that I don't have time to leave stuff up to chance. I can't have the rug pulled up from under me. Again, I can't do it. You know what I'm saying? So while you say, oh, let's give this a chance and get out, I can't. I am trying to make this process as airtight as humanly possible. So I want to get ahead of But
I think wanting that, and let me say this, I think has led to this.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's why I'm excited, is because listen, immediately right off this, everybody was just like, well, okay, this is the guy, he's an interim. Oh yeah, no, he should get the job. I mean, you had like just the buku of just support coming from Nashville, coming from here. Oh no, he's the guy. Yeah, no, it's the guy. Just do this. All right, let's hire this guy. And we were the only two that I really think were like, I mean, I'm sure there was more, but I was like, well, wait a minute now, like shouldn't there be more people involved in this? Like, maybe he is the guy. I have nothing against Josh Heird at all.
Which is what I've been screaming.
Yeah.
Like systematic.
We had him on the show.
Yeah,
I mean,
I got a problem systematically, not individually.
Yeah, like he could totally be the guy, and I'm okay with that. Like, but it was just, well, wait a minute now. Let's do things the way it should be done, and not just, we've heard the story 1,000 times, go in to get a beer and become the athletic director. We don't need that anymore. We don't need that. That didn't work. That was a bunch of people panicked after a group that was higher than them went and took out Tom Jurich and Rick Pitino and then disappeared. And it was like, oh, well, now what do we do? So it's like, I think that the fan base screaming a little bit, and while and there was a portion of people on Twitter that was like, y'all just need to, these are the guys, let's do this. Well, while the fans said no, no, we're not going to do that this time, I think it's led to things like this, where now you're like, okay, these are people we can trust. Like now at the end of the day, they're not making the hire, so I can't understand what you're saying.
Yeah. You can't get me all the way to the finish line, and then who knows? You get one phone call, it's like, oh nope, this guy.
But the difference is, I think we will know. See, we didn't know last time. We'll know that this time.
We'll know who your killer is.
Yeah.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
Yes. When we end up when the fan base is saying and that group is saying this guy and this guy and this guy, and we end up with that guy and that guy and that guy, we'll go, okay, this isn't Louisville anymore. But now we know.
You can retire.
Yeah, now we know. Yeah, this isn't Louisville anymore. Listen, we are now UK, what is it? University of Kentucky of Louisville. You know, like, okay, we know that now. We're now essentially IUPUI to IU, you know.
Right.
Like, okay, we know. It's in Louisville. Change the name.
Okay. Softball dad Dustin, thanks for joining us on 93.9. Fire away.
Good morning, guys. You guys been all right?
Absolutely.
Good.
I normally, ever really take credit for anything, which means I'm prefacing this with I'm getting ready to take credit.
Right.
The day our former president was introduced, you all may or may not recall, I called in and I said, is our new president sneaky athletic? And you both laughed and were like, we don't think so. Well, apparently she is, because she sprinted the hell out of here. Enjoy your day. We need to get some lunch sometime, guys.
That's an absolute fact. I appreciate the call, softball dad Dustin. I'm going to tell you what, we'll take our last commercial break. Middays with Marcus Maben on 93.9 The Ville.
Imagine your bright career when you join the U of L Health Team. Now, imagine receiving free tuition to the University of Louisville. At U of L Health, we believe in investing in you and the power of education. So now, your U of L Health family has college tuition covered for all employees and their families. Just imagine the possibilities. For details, visit uoflhealth.org/imagine. That's the power of you.
Where do you go to find all your favorite wine, beer, and spirits with selections customized to local taste? Where do you go to pick up your premium cigars, snacks, and all those last-minute party supplies? And where do you go to enjoy fast, friendly, convenient service that's right in your neighborhood? For more than 25 years, the go-to place has been Cox's Spirit Shop and Evergreen Liquors. 23 area locations, walk-in, drive-through, delivery, Cox's and Evergreen Liquors, Louisville's go-to liquor store.
Now that sports have officially kicked off, there's only 4 things missing from your playbook. 4 pegs. Looking for great smoked wings? 4 pegs. Looking for juicy barbecue and award-winning chili? 4 pegs. If you're just looking for some cold crab, tap, can, or bottled beer, 4 pegs. And the best part about 4 pegs is it's right around the corner at 1053 Goss Avenue in Germantown. So you better get over there fast because the word is spreading. And while you're over there, be sure to ask about their food truck and other catering services.
It's the new year. That means change is here. But one thing that shouldn't change is who you call for all your home buying and selling needs. Call Josh Jarbo. Josh is a licensed realtor and owner of RE/MAX Alliance. And in 2022, he wants to make your home buying or selling process as efficient as possible by offering a guaranteed sale program and instant offers on commercial listings. And if that wasn't enough, up to a $5,000 seller's credit by mentioning you heard it right here on 93.9 The Ville. So don't wait any longer. Contact Josh Jarbo at 502-216-7590 or Josh Jarbo at remax.net.
Louisville Cardinal baseball is back.
Back it goes. The ball is gone.
Head coach Dan McDonnell leads the Cards against one of the toughest conferences in America.
Swing and a miss, strike 3, an immaculate inning.
Louisville plays here all season long on your home for Cardinal baseball.
93.9 The Ville and streaming on ESPNLouisville.com at the ESPN Louisville app.
Indiana University Southeast School of Business and First Savings Bank are proud to present Olympian, 2-time heavyweight champion, and entrepreneur George Foreman as this year's speaker for the First Savings Bank Speaker Series. Join us March 10th for the special speaking event. Admission is free, but you will need to register. Seating will be first come, first seated. To learn more or register, visit ius.edu/FSB. That's ius.edu/FSB.
Time now for an ESPN Louisville Sports Center update.
Good morning. I'm Nick Valvano. The Sports Center update brought to you by BJ Heating and Cooling. Call the experts you can trust. BJHeatCool.com. Tonight, U of L men looking to end a 6-game skid in action tonight with Miami, 7 p.m. at the KFC Yum Center. Last time the Cards lost 7 in a row, it was all the way back in the 40s. Interim head coach Mike Pegues echoing how pivotal tonight's matchup is when he met the press yesterday.
We need a win. I think that a win will, in my estimation, really revitalize this group and, give us even more hope. Like, all hope isn't lost, even in the midst of this losing streak. But a win could really, open up the floodgates.
Miller Lite postgame coverage with Patty Ice and Taylor Lynch will be over on ESPN 680 1057 as soon as that one goes final. Tonight on 93.9 The Ville, Bellarmine looking for their 5th straight ASUN road victory as they face Central Arkansas. 7:45 coverage will begin right here on 93.9 The Ville. Mark Bug and Doug Gourmet with the call on that one. Number 4 UK men falling on the road to 16 Tennessee, 76-63 last night. Ty Washington left the game with an injury. Coach Cal postgame on the health of his multiple-time SEC Freshman of the Week.
I don't know yet. I don't know. We'll have to see. We got some time. So we have a few days before we have to play again. We'll see if, he's going to be able to go.
In football, Louisville hiring Nick Caldwell as their new tight ends coach. Caldwell previously served as quality control coach for the Cards in 2019. In Louisville women's basketball, seniors Mikasa Robinson and Alana Smith announcing today that they will both take advantage of the NCAA's extra year of eligibility in return for the Cardinals for the 2022-2023 season. We'll talk with Chrissy Banta about that next. The Sports Center also brought to you by U of L Health, making the impossible possible. That's the power of you.
Hey, it's Pat Jaggers, and racing is back, as well as Trading Paint, Louisville's home for everything motorsports. Be sure to join me this Sunday at noon on ESPN 680 and 105.7 as we recap the offseason and preview the Daytona 500. New cars, new venues, and new drivers. Everything you need to know about the upcoming season, well, we've got you covered. And as always, we'll end the show with my pick to win. Once again, it's Trading Paint, and it's this Sunday at noon on ESPN 680, 105.7, and the ESPN Louisville app.
Now, you were doing the little point up. Why didn't you throw the lob to me? I am poor Jalen right now.
That's pretty funny. I'm Team Nick again.
I'm not picking a side. I'm Switzerland over here.
The side of women's basketball. You can help us out with that. Okay,
I
so
will pick that side. It has been a great day.
okay, so Nikki also stepped on the announcement. We literally had Chrissy Banta on the way to the show, and guess what? He decided he had to do
Right at the end of the Sports
I'm
Center.
going to steal her news and put it on Sports Center.
Yeah, I heard it, and because of that, I will pick a side now.
I was teasing. It was a tease.
That's
because
not a
it was
tease.
Like, yeah, it was like, hey,
Mikasa-
we're gonna talk about this with Chrissy Banda next. You should probably stay listening.
Okay.
You ever see those birthday cakes when the brother and sister like blow out the? We literally have Chrissy getting ready to blow out her birthday candles, getting ready to talk about the return of two of her favorite players, of our favorite players, and Nikki, the brother, just came over, blew out the candles. Now, Chrissy, listen, you do what you want to do now.
Licked all the sprinkles off the donut. So, yeah, all the sprinkles are mine.
How's it going, Chrissy?
It's good, other than being completely disrespected by Nikki today.
Fair enough. We'll
All right,
we'll work around it. Okay, so the announcement that they're coming back. What does that mean for the program?
Yeah, I mean, it means so much to this program. We heard Jeff kind of allude to it in the post-game press conference on Sunday after we dog walked Notre Dame. He kind of alluded to, senior days coming up this Sunday, that we were going to have a press conference on Friday. By then we would know who was coming back. He made it very clear that there were seniors that had already decided they were going to come back for an extra year. And at that time we didn't know. I think a couple of us had some good guesses at who we thought it could be. I expected the announcements to come tomorrow and was pleasantly surprised that they came today. And also pleasantly surprised that they came so close together. So having Alana and Mikasa back on this team next year is going to add incredible things to our depth. We already have a very, very solid defense. So for Mikasa to come back next year, I mean, she's been recognized as one of the top 12 defenders in the country. So to have her for an extra year and her still have so much motivation to win, and as she said, keep chasing rings, it's going to mean a lot to this program. And Alana has been huge off the bench. I mean, we're really going to benefit from her shooting for the remainder of this year and going into next year now.
Well, let me ask you this. Every time you have personnel conversations like that, were the recruits expecting them not to be here? Do you worry at all that would affect the class moving forward with next year or down the line?
I'm not super worried about that. I think that any high school recruit going into any D1 program right now knows that everyone was given a COVID year. Mm-hmm. So they kind of knew that there was a chance, no matter what school you were going to play for, that there were seniors that were potentially going to utilize that COVID year that the NCAA gave them.
So what do you think this does for them as far as level of pressure? Because I'm sure you realize there's, the school of thought of this is my last hurrah, there won't be another chance versus, hey, I can relax and play my game because I will be coming back another year. Where do these two ladies, in your opinion, fall under the pressure, of last hurrah or dealing with the extra eligibility?
I think that they are very focused on what they need to get done this year. I think they're going to handle next year when next year gets here. Right now, they're very, very focused on finishing out this regular season schedule, getting into the ACC tournament and performing really well. That's their main focus right now. I don't think they have, that mentality of, well, I'm coming back next year, so there's not as much pressure. I think they're all, as a team, very focused on the job that they have to get done right now.
Well, let me ask you that. I mean, with this team, we have become accustomed to, essentially yes. I mean, and this time of year, I mean, it's kind of become the conversation, okay, can they win a national championship? And I think we always kind of land on yes, So let me ask you this in the best way I possibly can. Because we saw a lot of teams, even though I do think the team the team that got robbed against Mississippi State did win a national championship. So I still kind of give them a championship. But what do you see that makes it different this year? That's like, okay, no, that's a reason why this year they're going to make it happen. Like, this is the year he gets over the hump with it, which, and it's funny. I mean, when we say, but I mean, that's how it is, you know, it's like, get over the hump of winning the championship. It's like, but that's kind of the last thing on his mountain, you know, is to win. So what have you saw so far that says, okay, boom, I can look for that, and that's what makes it different?
This team does not have any quit in them. And this is a team where on any given night, you could have someone that's standing out as a high scorer. And it's not like it was in past years where we have to necessarily depend on one or two people to score the majority of our points. We have multiple people on this team that can shoot the ball and shoot it very, very well. And on top of that, they just don't give up. They don't have quit in them. They stay very well connected as a team. They have excellent communication on the court. And that's on the offensive and defensive end. I think they've kind of worked out the kinks to a lot of their slow offensive starts that we saw early in the year. And I think that's really helping them down the stretch right now.
Can we get an update? I get this on the YouTube channel a lot and the text line. Can we get an update on the status of Norika?
Yeah, we don't have much of one. Jeff has made it very clear to media and to fans that they are not professional players. He is not obligated to disclose exactly what she's dealing with. We do know that she has returned and has been working out a little bit with the team. I think she's been in the weight room some, but there's no estimated return for her rejoining the team. He just tells us, you know, when she's ready, she'll be back. So we don't have a lot of an update on her. We are all wishing her well and hope that she's doing well. We don't know exactly what it is that she's been dealing with. We don't know if it's on the mental side. We don't know if it's on the physical side. But hopefully she's doing well enough to rejoin the team at some point this year. If not, we look forward to seeing her next year.
Okay, well, Chrissy, any more shout outs you want to give? Like I said, take your time and take advantage of the platform.
Yes, we are at North Carolina tomorrow, which is a pretty big game for this team. North Carolina has been surprisingly decent this year. So Biscuit and I will be bringing you guys a post-game show on 93.9 right after the game tomorrow night.
Well, there you have it, people. You got your updates. You got your good informative conversation. I'm sorry about the miscommunication between myself and Nikki V. We'll listen. We'll get better at your intros and all that good stuff.
I'm sorry, Maven screwed it up for you, Tracy. You didn't deserve that. He asked good questions, but yeah. I'm very sorry.
You
that
blew
he
out my
screwed up
birthday candles before he screwed up the intro. So
that's a good point.
Yeah, you ruined the party before it even got started.
All right, Chrissy. Looking forward to getting you back in the studio soon.
sounds good. Thank you, guys.
Absolutely.
Right, thanks.
Yep, that was Chrissy Banta. Look, now that Chrissy's gone, Steve, I screwed that up.
Did you?
I thought you asked good questions. What'd you say?
Dude, like, what planet do you live on?
See, the intro? Yeah, I knew it. Thank you.
Golly,
you are a good teammate. Thank you, Mark.
I was gonna say Nikki took that bullet like a champ, Steve.
Oh no, Nick will do that. Speak.
I also whined about it incessantly.
No, Nick is great at that. Listen, before we get off here, I have to know. Nick said on this show yesterday he was going to some kind of Brazilian steakhouse.
Oh, your boy did some damage last night.
So, because listen, you were accused yesterday, by the way. I was in my truck, right? No, I was at the gym. I was at the gym and I had of course, if I'm in the gym, around the time I'm flipping back through the radio stations and stuff, and I happened to be listening to Jack and Andy. James wasn't in there yet. I'm not leaving him out. Once KCD hits, I don't even mention James anymore. It's like, no, my bad, James. But it was Andy and Jack said you were drinking salsa.
Yeah. No, I did do that because I talked.
That's not okay.
Well, it was the healthiest thing back there, and I thought it was just a tomato. I didn't take into account there might be some sugar in there. But I was doing a reset day yesterday. And so, you're allowed to do the old reset days were steak and tomatoes. No, I know. Okay, all I did was I went back there and I took
You
the thing
thought
that was
salsa was only Nick.
okay, cilantro. Like I didn't think there was anything that was illegal in it.
You were like, oh, I just thought salsa was tomatoes.
Tomato salsa, tomato, cilantro, onion, and
El Nepal.
Oh my god. Okay. It was just a little bit, and it was just a little bit to get my blood sugar normal. That was a legal thing that
Jack
we used to do.
Jack was legitimately like, they were like, how you doing? Jack's like, oh, I'm down 22 pounds. I'm doing good. He's like, they're like, oh, well, how's Nick doing? He's like, well, Nick's going to a restaurant tonight. And like, oh yeah, of course Nick's. He's like, no, well, he's doing a reset day. And Jack's like, well, never mind. He's actually drinking a cup of salsa right now.
Yeah, no, I can't. I'm not denying I didn't do that, but it was in my mind. It was a tomato. The old steak reset day. You remember this was a tomato during the day and a steak at night. It was my favorite reset day. It was fantastic.
Your favorite reset? I mean, how many reset days do you have to have?
Okay,
you only do reset days when you cheat.
Yes,
I didn't do one reset day last time at all.
Okay, well, you also do reset days if you don't lose weight. There's, so sometimes when you
I imagine you're not losing weight.
Okay, you know what? I'm sick and tired of this. I'm sick and tired of you and Jack parsing every little thing I do. Okay,
that's why
because you know what?
That's why you go public with it.
No, evidently the two of you guys, I know why you're overweight because you crap ice cream because you're perfect all the effing time. No, I come out here and you know what? And you guys just pretend like everything's hunky-dory and perfect. I waited 2 weeks to start it. Mr. Jack, who came in and told me, he's like, I think my scale's broken. And I'm like, why? He's like, well, because it fluctuates a little bit. I'm like, yeah, I know, mine does too. A pound or two. He's like, well, mine fluctuates like 7 or 8. Okay, no, you're right. Everyone's doing things perfect. Like, buy the book here. And I'm just balls deep in a thing of icing. That's what I'm doing all the time. No, when I cheat, I have an extra piece of chicken. I report it, and then I get back on the rails. My numbers, impeccable from Sterling. Absolutely freaking impeccable. And you know what? I'm the real person here because a diet isn't just a lateral straight line. There's peaks and valleys, ebbs and flows. The great thing about Vitality is, well, unless you're Jack or Steve, who are freaking perfect all the time, if you're an actual human who has faults and flaws a little bit, they'll take into account of that. They'll adjust things and say, hey, you might have screwed up a little bit. Get right back on that horse. You'll be okay. That's the great thing about Vitality. So yes, I mess up once in a while, but by and large, I'm pretty damn good and I'm down a bunch of pounds and my numbers are very, very good.
It's exactly what somebody who cheats all the time would say.
Yes, exactly. And I also ate way too much steak last night. I have a tummy ache all day, so I'm probably a little defensive about that as well. I basically told Sterling yesterday, I was like, there's going to be cheating. I need you to help me. It's like a friend saying, I'm going to do drugs at this concert. Tell me how not to overdose.
Like calling your wife and telling her you're going on spring break.
Yeah, basically. It's just like, I'm sorry for what's going to happen. Just help me.
So
when
what
I get
counts?
Back. Yeah, exactly. Is this a hall pass or like, what are we doing?
Well, what did you eat?
Honestly, I just ate steak. It was Pop's birthday /